Hey everybody, Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great start to your week. We're talking today, of course, about the Bitcoin halving, which is upon us. It's happening officially in just a few hours. And we'll take a look at this article on Magnates.com. The Bitcoin halving is today, and here's what you need to know. In the second sponsored part of this video, we're also taking a look at Bityard.com, which is an exciting new exchange trading platform that allows you to trade Bitcoin and altcoin futures contracts safely, quickly, and very easily. Most importantly, we'll let you know about some promotional content that we have and some affiliate bonuses, as well as some sign-up bonuses if you're in the market to explore those kinds of exchange futures contracts. Let's first, however, take a look at the market today here on CoinGecko.com. As you can see, Bitcoin halving is coming up as I record this in 6 hours and 40 minutes. It's happening very quickly. The total market has experienced a little bit of a bump. It's up 0.3%, up to $246.5 billion. Bitcoin is just hovering above the 9K mark, which was resistance earlier this morning, but it looks like we've gone through it. Bitcoin is up 3% in the last 24 hours, currently sitting at $9,039 with a dominance of 66.5%. So just to preface this article on FinanceMagnates.com, I do personally think we're going to go a little bit lower before we go much higher in terms of Bitcoin price. And there's a simple reason for that. People have, at least some people have bought into Bitcoin as an asset because of this hype surrounding Bitcoin halving, and they don't really understand what that represents or what it means. Maybe they've heard the term, but they dove in without really understanding things. And I think from a collective psychology perspective, a lot of people are excited. A lot of people are trying to get a piece of the action, but that's not to say they understand necessarily the fundamentals. So they may not stick around for the long run. Let's take a look at this article, however. Will the Bitcoin halving affect Bitcoin's price? How will miners be effective, and what about public perception? So as this article describes, the Bitcoin halving is coming up. If you're not familiar with what that is, they kind of set the stage here with some exposition. But here is, I think, a very hard and real prediction that they make. Number one, many experts believe that the Bitcoin price will rally after the halving eventually. And for different reasons, I agree with this. I think we're looking at a 6-month timeline approximately before things really kick in. And there are different reasons for that. It's not something that's automatically going to be reflected in the price. I think if anything, we're going to see a short-term sell-off before we see major price gains. And this has to do very much with point number 2, which relates to the mining activity and the profitability that these individuals are currently discussing. So small and medium-sized Bitcoin miners could take a serious hit. This kind of goes back to the idea of supply and demand for me, and the curve is going to be readjusted. There's going to be a new equilibrium point on this curve. But already, let's be honest, profitability for miners is very, very difficult. They are balancing on razor-thin margins, and for the reward to be decreased by another 50% means, unfortunately, a lot of people are going to have to exit this game. But what does that mean in the long run? Well, it means that this is going to be a more difficult resource, i.e. Bitcoin, to come by. It's going to be more difficult to produce, and therefore, that's going to play into the scarcity variable. So yes, certain small and medium-sized Bitcoin miners that aren't making a profit, that can't sustain their operations, may have to find another line of work, unfortunately. But again, this is all part of the algorithm, and this is what feeds into that idea, that concept of scarcity. Scarcity of an asset is ultimately what gives it value in terms of the public perception. Number 3, the halving is a phenomenal marketing opportunity for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. More and more people, even if they don't understand the real dynamics of it, understand that, hey, there's this thing happening, the Bitcoin halving. As we saw just the other day in terms of the Bitcoin halving search term on Google Trends, that's more popular than it's ever been. It's some 10 or even 20 times more popular as a search term than it was in 2016. And that's a real thing. Guys, I always say we've been through now 4 years of hardcore FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We've just been bombarded by the media for all these years now, and we've come through, and we're actually looking pretty good. We've been swimming upstream. We are salmon that have been swimming upstream, and we've hardened ourselves, we've strengthened ourselves and conditioned ourselves to be able to deal with the criticisms and the negativity, because we do understand, in fact, that we are onto something. So regardless of any kind of price performance, this latest Bitcoin halving is causing a lot of discussion. People are chattering, people are talking about it, and again, maybe people don't understand the dynamics or the mathematics of it. That's okay. That doesn't really matter for the most part. It's just a question of making Bitcoin more and more of a dinner table item of conversation, and that is increasing. That is happening more and more every day. Check out the article in full, guys. Let's move on now to the sponsored part of this video with a look at Bityard.com. Hey everybody, it is Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a great one. And in today's sponsored video, we are looking at Bityard.com. They are based out of Singapore and they are aiming very simply to streamline the cryptocurrency contracts exchange market. We're going to take you through some of the promotions that you can avail yourself of if you'd like to sign up with them, some of their features, and kind of give you an all-around tour of the website and the services that they offer. Here is Bityard.com's trade page where you can trade Bitcoin and altcoin futures contracts. We'll come back to that in just a second. As I mentioned, Bityard is based out of Singapore, but they're licensed in many different countries around the world. So we want to take a look first of all and reassure you that, as they state here, it's a safe, it's an easy, and it's a fast service. So they do have regulation and licensing under Singapore's ACRA, under the USA's MSB from Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, which belongs to the United States Department of the Treasury, and under Estonia's MTR and Australia's AUSTRAC. Austrac. So again, authorized under the government of Singapore, under the government of the United States, under the government of Estonia and Australia as well. Let's take a look at some of the welcome bonus promotions that you can take advantage of if you are to sign up and activate a trading account, really ranging from the more modest to the more rewarding, from 1 USDT all the way to 188 USDT and more, based on the trading volume that you engage in that first week or so. What may be more interesting to certain among you, or at least some of you, is the affiliate bonus structure that you can avail yourself of if you become Bityard's business partner. You can convert your influence into commission. Some of the benefits are as follows. You can include up to a 60% commission on all trading fees. You can achieve one-on-one assistance from our business department if you need help. Real-time settlement services also exist, as does data transparency, multi-dimensional report with detailed information on transaction data and commission records. In order to start earning some of that commission, there are 3 simple steps you have to follow. You have to share the referral link, number 1. You get the commission and you upgrade to Diamond KOL. So specifically, when you surpass 100 referrals, you're going to be upgraded automatically to a Diamond KOL. As you can imagine, guys, this certainly becomes potentially very lucrative for the right individual. So check out the affiliate page of the Bityard website. We're going to link to all of this, of course, in the description below. Now, from anywhere on the website, under the More tab here, you can access the beginner's guide as well as the frequently asked questions. Taking a look at the beginner's guide will kind of give you the 101 as to, what trading is, what Bitcoin and altcoin futures contracts look like, how to trade, really more of an instructional manual for those that want to get into this perhaps for the first time and have some questions. No shame in that, by the way. We all started at one point. Let's take a look at contracts specifically and information pertaining to that topic and what exactly they are. So first of all, in order to get the terminology right, contracts are trading instruments that allow an investor to trade on the price movement of an asset, and that can be a physical commodity, for example, rice, wheat, crude oil, or a financial instrument such as stocks, bonds, and even cryptocurrencies, and these can be traded at a predetermined future date and price. Contracts are typically used by traders as a way to hedge other investments or to lock in profits when trading in volatile markets. So why would you want to use contract trading? Well, contract trading is a way of profiting through a financial instrument without actually owning it. So it's a great way to hedge risks and multiply your returns potentially, especially in a bear market. Trading during volatile times can be tricky, but it can also be very rewarding potentially. This is why trading digital asset contracts can yield more profits compared to hodling for the long term if you do your research, you do your homework, and your due diligence. Through contract trading on Bityard, you can take profit on a daily basis instead of realizing your profits in months or years from now. We're about to present now 3 core benefits of contract trading. The first core benefit of contract trading, it allows you to hedge your risks. So investors who are holding digital assets can mitigate the risk of a falling price by simultaneously taking a so-called short position on the asset in question. And then if the price falls, the short position will mitigate losses by providing additional revenue. Contract traders also are protected from the risk of owning a volatile asset while being able to profit from its price movements. Reason number 2, one of the benefits of contract trading, it allows you to speculate on the market direction. So cryptocurrency contract trading brings with it the opportunity for real speculation to occur. Traders can make their opinions felt in the market with future positions. Think of the price of Bitcoin. Is it going to go to the moon? Possibly. So if that's what you feel is going to be the case, go extra long on futures and multiply your returns with added leverage. Do you think Litecoin adoption is decreasing? Well, put your money where your mouth is and short Litecoin futures. And finally, core benefit number 3 of contract trading is the stabilization of price fluctuations. So with speculation comes stability as long-term views of the markets play a more significant role. Whether you're a miner with expected Bitcoin flows or a Bitcoin ATM operator with inventory to manage, contract trading helps crypto merchants to smooth their exposure while being able to focus on their core business as well. So how does it all work exactly? Well, buyers and sellers use contract trading as a way to hedge and minimize risks and protect against volatile future price swings. In every contract, you're going to see number 1, a buyer, number 2, a seller, and number 3, an agreed upon price. So when a buyer agrees to buy a contract from a seller, both parties will agree on a specific price. That price moves either up or down from the contract purchase price. And depending on the direction of the price movement, a profit will be made from either the buyer or the seller. For example, if the buyer purchases the contract at $100 and the price moves and closes at $120, well, then the buyer will make a profit of that much, the difference between the two. If, on the other hand, the price closes at $95, then the buyer would have made a loss of $5. And the same also applies, by the way, to the seller, as the price movement will depend on the price agreed by each, the buyer and the seller, which may result in a profit for one and a loss for the other. That's the nature of the game that's being played. With speculators, investors, hedgers, and others buying and selling daily, there is a lively and relatively liquid market for these kinds of contracts. And how does one benefit from contract trading? Well, if investors believe that the price of Bitcoin will go up, they should choose to buy or long a Bitcoin contract. And when the Bitcoin price rises, investors can choose to close the position and make a profit. Conversely, if investors believe that the price of Ethereum, for example, will decrease, well, then they can choose to sell or short an Ethereum contract. And when the Ethereum price falls, investors can close the position to make profit. Here's a simplified example of a contract trading situation. A and B, person A and person B, discuss the Bitcoin price trend. Person A, due to the recent international tensions, Bitcoin as a safe haven asset, the price will definitely rise. Person B, however, disagrees. They think gold is a better safe haven, gold is stronger, and some Bitcoin investors will buy gold instead, which will cause the price of Bitcoin to fall. Back to person A now, who says, well, no, you can't be more wrong. Let's bet. If the price of Bitcoin goes up, I will give you as much as it has risen. And if it falls, you will give me the same amount as well, the same amount that it fell by. Person B agrees to the deal. At the same time, in case anyone repudiates, we should sign a contract in front of Bityard and pay a credit deposit. Bityard agrees. They say, okay, that's a deal. You can always find me to do the settlement work. So through this process, a contract has been created. Neither A nor B bought real Bitcoin, but instead they only made a contract with each other to determine their respective projections on the profits and losses according to their desired prices. So the profit and loss results between the two have no influence on the real market at all because neither of them holds real Bitcoin. In other words, it's just a managed contract, a managed bet between those two parties, person A and person B. Now, you may be asking yourself, can I only buy Bitcoin contracts on Bityard? And the answer is no. It is commonly thought only Bitcoin has contract trading possibilities and capabilities. However, Bityard have multiple altcoins which you can can also trade using contracts in a similar way to what we just described above. In fact, here is that live trading page, which, as I promised, we're coming back to now. And if we want to go beyond Bitcoin, let's take a look at anything. Let's take a look at Ethereum that we just discussed. As you guys know, I feel Ethereum has a very big and a very bright future. I'm going to go over to the demo side of things now, which is where I currently am, as you can see with the ticker below here. So I have a certain demo balance of just under 100,000 USDT. These are not real funds, so this also allows me to practice and build up my skills before I really want to launch into things and get serious with my own money. So let's say I am very bullish about Ethereum. I want to leverage my Ethereum purchase at 40 times. That's the current multiplier. And I'll put in, let's make a bet here of about 100 USDT. So that's the amount I'm going to use. And just like that, with 40 times leverage, I'm going to buy Ethereum. That's the purchase right here, as you can see, is going to be confirmed. And there you have it. I confirm the order, and there you go. Let's say I'm less enthusiastic about another cryptocurrency. I don't want to pick on anyone in particular here, but we did have the example of Litecoin earlier. If I'm not so certain about Litecoin's future, I can actually leverage either more or less than what I just did. Let's do a leverage of 30, just to show I do have some compassion for Litecoin. But similarly, I can make a bet here, or a contract, so to speak, in this case, of 50 USDT, and I'm going to sell Litecoin. I'm going to make a bet against Litecoin with a leverage position of 30 times. So I'm going to sell my Litecoin and confirm that. As you can see, it's that easy, and there are multiple altcoins and different cryptocurrencies here with which you can make these futures contracts. So a lot of different options are possible beyond Bitcoin, as we just discussed. And then, of course, once I want to put my big boy boots on, I can go to the live trading window here. I can deposit my own funds. And once I'm familiarized and comfortable with the interface, I can do this on myself and start hopefully making money. Bityard is also hosting a YouTube recruitment competition where 38,888 XRP will be awarded to the first prize winner. This is happening until the 18th of May. Let's look at the details here. So Bityard will be holding the first ever YouTube video recruitment contest starting on the 18th of April. The video will be produced and uploaded to the YouTube platform as required, and you will have the opportunity to receive nearly 39,000 XRP in rewards. Show us your poll and win huge prizes. Take a look, guys, at the rules and the competitions here. But again, pretty hefty prize there you can take a look at. If this is something you want to participate in, all of the details are on the website. We'll also link this information in the description below. So once again, guys, we encourage you to check out bityard.com. You can use our affiliate link below and avail yourself of some of these welcome bonuses here. As you can see, they've all been laid out. If you're perhaps an influencer of some sort, or you're more interested in, for whatever reason, the affiliate bonuses, again, you can receive up to 60% commission on all trading fees. And depending on how large your outreach is, that can certainly add up very quickly. So once again, guys, check out the site. It is bityard.com. Hopefully we've shown you here in this short video that really cryptocurrency contracts and the exchange functions surrounding them are not nearly as complicated as perhaps some would assume. Again, the aim of bityard.com is to make them safe, fast, and easy, of course. Check out the website, guys. If you have any questions, we'll initiate a discussion below. But once again, you can always check out here frequently asked questions, and we do encourage you to check out the beginner's guide as well. Best of luck trading contracts out there, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. We wish you well, and as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.